Tēnā tātou e te iwi, ko i Gardener tēnei, ko te Pauwhakarai o te Korowai.
Kia re te iwi, ko B. Jacobson ahau, no Ngāti Tama Ahurua, me Titahi. Here are some key messages from our recent board hui. Strategy and performance framework. Thank you to all our uri who participated in our in-person and online wānanga. We will also have hui with hapu chairs that includes the final iteration of this strategy. Te Korowai acknowledges that this strategic development process started before the establishment of Te Korowai. This is about respecting the previous contributions of uri, kaimahi and boards whilst refining with fresh eyes. This round, the focus is on our framework for identifying initiatives and monitoring outcomes so we can, hand on heart, know that our allocation of resources will have a long-term impact.
Another kaupapa of our hui was around the Te Korowai Board Elections 2026. So this year Te Korowai will hold its triennial trustee elections and we will have new trustees begin on the 6th of September this year. At this hui, we reflected on our induction process and committed to a governance succession plan to support candidates and the induction of the successful trustees. So this included, but not limited to, rolling out a suite of governance seminars pre-nomination to assist potential candidates in understanding their duties as a trustee. This includes Governance 101, Financials 101, and Te Korowai specific overviews. Another matter was our current trustees have committed to be at the pōwhiri of the new trustees, regardless of the election's outcome, to support a strong start for the new board tenure. The Pauwhakarai role and trustees end at the end of the current board tenure. So regardless of the outcome of the elections or appointments process, the Pauwhakarai commits to providing a transition briefing document and a no surprises briefing hui to the new Pauwhakarai. Our board is dedicated to supporting the effective transition of the new board so that new trustees can hit the ground running and ready to successfully serve Te Korowai and Ngāruahine. Another matter that we've discussed today was Te Korowai financial model and training. In the lead up of Te Korowai trustees elections and the AGM, we will roll out targeted seminars, our Financials 101. So how do we read financial statements generally and the types of questions you should ask as a trustee or uri. The second is Te Korowai financial model, stepping away from the household budget approach to finance. What is the financial model specific to Te Korowai Group? Given this, what are the norms and what types of questions will help uri to monitor compliance and performance? The last is our annual report, audited financial reporting. We will end with our usual annual pre-AGM presentation. This gives you the chance to go into the details of the audited financials and seek clarity. We encourage all uri to attend the online presentation. We encourage all those who are interested in standing in this year's Te Korowai elections to attend these seminars. So keep a lookout on our socials for dates.
Hui a tau AGM 2026. 3 years ago, Te Korowai made the decision to change the financial year from 31st of March to the 30th of June. This means that the AGM is held later in the year and has unintended consequences regarding Te Korowai trustee election year, where the new Pauwhakarai and board will be reporting at an AGM on a financial year that they may not have been part of. To mitigate against this and ensure we meet the requirements of an AGM/SGM ballot box, we have set an earlier AGM date of 29th August 2026. Nau mai, hara mai e te iwi. Progress against Annual Plan 2026. Te Aorangi and Kaimahi are progressing well against the annual plan presented at last year's AGM. We are excited to see future progress, so whānau, keep a lookout for Power Card with Bunnings, Poipoitanga mentoring program for rangatahi aged 13 to 18 years old, and the launch of Kura to Careers in Te Kura o Ngāruahine rangi.
Ka pai. And the final kaupapa that we are updating you about is Toitu Te Whenua Fund. Trustees approved an extra allocation of $1.3 million to the Toitu Te Whenua Fund. This brings the total circulating fund to $5.5 million available to Hapu to support DSP and further whenua acquisitions and development projects. The fund began as a mechanism to support Hapu to acquire deferred selection properties in an equitable but feasible way. This fund facility, coupled with the Hapu distributions policy, will allow Hapu with lower value DSPs to re-access the circulating fund to support further Hapu-led developments. The team is working on the last details of the fund criteria and process, and we will be out to Hapu chairs next month. Pai marire.
Mauri ora.